Before we begin, please imagine the bell notification is on and you're subscribed to Huna Stories. It happened so casually that for a moment I thought I had misunderstood what I was seeing. My bag was on the chair, half open, exactly where I had left it. My mother-in-law stood beside it, her movements unhurried, deliberate, as though she were searching for something she already believed belonged to her. I froze in the doorway. She did not look up. A zipper slid. Fabric shifted. Then, with a small, decisive motion, she pulled out my wallet. My husband sat on the sofa watching, not confused, not alarmed, just watching. My mind scrambled for a reasonable explanation, some harmless misunderstanding, some socially acceptable interpretation that would keep reality from becoming what it so clearly was. "What are you doing?" I asked. My voice sounded strangely thin. She flipped the wallet open with practiced efficiency. My bank cards glinted briefly under the overhead light. "This," she said, extracting them, "as for the family budget." The words landed with the sharpness of something rehearsed. Before I could respond, the cards disappeared into her pocket. My husband shifted slightly but remained seated, his expression composed, almost neutral. The stillness of his reaction unsettled me more than the act itself, because now it wasn't just about her, it was about him. I waited for objection, for discomfort, for something. Nothing came. There is a particular kind of silence that doesn't feel empty but crowded, dense with things that should be happening but aren't. I stood there, suspended inside it. Anger flickered briefly, but confusion smothered it. Not confusion about what had happened, that part was painfully clear. Confusion about the rules I had apparently been living under without realizing. Family budget, as if autonomy were a clerical oversight, as if consent were optional. Memory began rearranging itself with uncomfortable precision. Past conversations about shared expenses, casual remarks about financial planning, my mother-in-law's recurring interest in how we manage things, everything subtle, until now. I did not argue. That surprised even me, but instinct, colder, more pragmatic, had already taken over. Confrontation in that moment felt emotionally expensive and strategically pointless. Instead, I picked up my phone, walked into the bedroom, closed the door. My hands were steady. That steadiness felt unfamiliar. The bank's automated system answered with cheerful indifference. Security options, card management, fraud protection, a few selections, a few confirmations. The language of institutions, neutral, procedural, entirely unconcerned with household hierarchies. All cards blocked. Temporary hold activated. New cards requested. No drama, just systems doing what they were designed to do. 20 minutes later, the phone rang. Her phone. The shift was immediate. She frowned at the screen, irritation flickering across her face. "Unknown number," she muttered. She answered anyway. I watched from the kitchen. At first, her tone carried mild annoyance. "Yes?" A pause, then confusion. "What do you mean, blocked?" Another pause. Her posture changed. "No, that's impossible." The voice on the other end, calm, professional, unmistakably official, continued its explanation. "Security alert. Unusual activity, protective restriction." The transformation was almost clinical. Color drained from her face. Her voice rose. "I didn't steal anything." The word ricocheted through the apartment. Steal. No one else had used it. The screaming began abruptly, violently, out of proportion to the quiet mechanism that had triggered it. My husband stood so fast the sofa shifted. "What happened?" he asked. Pale, genuinely pale. For the first time since the afternoon, his composure fractured. She paced now, movements erratic, words tumbling over each other in panicked fragments. "They're saying, this is ridiculous. I was just—" The official voice remained steady, immune to emotional escalation. Policy did not negotiate. My husband turned to me, eyes wide. "What did you do?" Not accusatory, stunned. "I blocked my cards," I said. My voice emerged, calm, almost detached. Silence fell with startling force. Even she stopped moving. "You what?" he asked. "They're mine," I said simply. No emphasis, no theatricality, just fact. The atmosphere shifted in ways that felt almost visible, like pressure changing before a storm. My mother-in-law stared at me as though recalculating something fundamental. My husband's expression moved through disbelief, confusion, and something heavier. Recognition, perhaps, though reluctant and incomplete. "You could have just talked to us," he said. The sentence carried the fragile defensiveness of someone whose understanding of normal had just been disrupted. "I tried," I replied. A pause. "You watched." The words hung there, not loud, not dramatic, unavoidable. No argument followed, only a thick, uneasy quiet that seemed to expose the invisible architecture of the room, assumptions, loyalties, unspoken permissions. My mother-in-law retreated into rigid silence. My husband remained standing, as if sitting down might signal acceptance of something he wasn't ready to name. Nothing had exploded, yet nothing felt intact. That evening, the apartment felt unfamiliar in a different way than before. Not invaded, rearranged. Autonomy, once abstract, had taken physical shape through consequence rather than discussion. Victory did not arrive with satisfaction, only clarity. My cards would be replaced. What I wasn't sure could be restored was the version of trust that had existed before I understood how easily it could be treated as negotiable. My husband moved quietly through the rooms that night, thoughtful, distant, as though seeing not just me differently, but the entire structure of family. We had been standing,